Good evening and welcome to Have I Got News For You. I'm Dara O'Brien. In the news this week, in America, a delighted customer takes delivery of his new self-assembly playpen. At a factory in Leicester, chefs have perfected a method of speeding up the production of boiled ham. And in Athens, following the visit of the International Olympic Committee, the Greek authorities proudly announced that the swimming pool has been completed on time and on budget. On Ian His Obscene this week is a TV presenter who was sacked by BBC executives for appearing in an advert. And if any BBC executives are watching, I'd like to say two things. Linda Barker and sofas. I rest my case. Please welcome Carol Vorderman. And on Paul Merton's team tonight, a renowned actor with a reputation for making up wild and extravagant stories about himself. So please welcome lion-taming astronaut and King of Poland, it's Michael Gambon.
Are you ready to become a Poland?
For round one, we go straight to Ian and Carol. Take a look at this, please.
Jeff Hoon, Defence Secretary, or he was when we went out to air.
Amnesty International and the report which they gave.
Oh, there's a fake. Definitely fake. Oh, and that's someone else who hasn't resigned yet.
And Piers Morgan, editor of the Daily Mirror.
The Daily for which you write a column.
I do. I write a computer column.
Would this be the same computer on which they faked the photograph?
This is Jeff Hoon, who he was told there were abuses going on in the prison, and he said, I didn't know about them. And they said, well, we gave you the report. And he said, did you?
Who else is mentioned? Jack Straw?
The foreign secretary, he hadn't seen it either.
Do you know what he said about it?
No.
No.
OK, cool. I was asking both of you, but thanks for answering. He said, Straw, with the benefit of hindsight, the report should have been made available to ministers, but it happens it was not. I'm not particularly convinced by it as an excuse.
It's all got shades of Hutton about it, hasn't it? I think we should appoint a judge to look into this. That would really clear it up.
Oh, yeah. And with regard to the photographs, what was the Mirror's shifting line in the photographs this week?
Piers has said something like, they're an accurate representation of the sort of thing that might have been going on had I had some genuine photos.
The actual quote he has is, we remain absolutely confident those pictures accurately illustrate a serious abuse. It's a bit hypothetical, really, as an excuse, isn't it? Like, whatever. Were people urinating on soldiers, it'd look just like this.
What did the bloke who was in the sack being urinated on think was going on?
I think I recognise a couple of those blokes.
Yeah.
They're actors. They were in rep. I was in a rep with them.
Yeah.
Well, they're all in the TA, aren't they? I think.
Yes.
Actually, you're not allowed to say that yet, are you? They may apparently have been in the TA.
Yeah. It's a strange organisation, isn't it, the Territorial Army? You know, only useful if there's a war breaks out a weekend.
What was the effect on Labour standing being then this week?
Well, they've fallen in the polls.
They have indeed.
Behind the Tories for the first time in quite some time.
And that's quite serious. The first time since 1810, I think.
And how did they lash out?
He hit out at Howard, and he said, he's like Mrs. Thatcher. And Howard was sort of thinking, well, not as like her as you are.
Who else is running political campaign ads this week?
UKIP?
This is just a snippet, and a very representative snippet, of the UKIP ads.
Our hero Bob is this. The EU Fisheries Commissioner, Herr Fischler, who tells us what to catch, is Austrian. Austria has no coast, no fish. What do we think of that?
Is that Robert Kilroy Silk?
And Colin Powell's the other person who's in the news this week. Apparently he's Scottish. Have you seen this?
He's Scottish?
Yes, indeed, yeah. Apparently his grandmother is Scottish, and he has his coat of arms commissioned from the Lord
So he
Lion.
has. Right. And what's the motto? I was only obeying orders.
But this is just an extension of the American tourists that walk through Edinburgh during the festival. You know, they go in, you know, what's your name, Clattenburg? We've got your tongue!
Yes, it's the ongoing political fallout from Iraq. The situation threatens to affect Labour at the polls. The Guardian quoted Tony Blair as saying, I will quit if I become an electoral liability. You still here, are you? As Iraq plunges into anarchy, US Secretary of State Colin Powell has made a critical decision. He's commissioned his own coat of arms from the Heraldic Authority in Scotland, because Colin is, of course, Scottish. Paul and Michael, this is your question.
OK. A plane couldn't be much simpler.
Yeah. Fuel cost, isn't it?
Fuel costs, oh yes.
That film.
Yeah, the day after tomorrow. About if the polar ice cap melts and if the Gulf Stream turns to liquid.
We've had it.
We've had it.
Are you in this one, Michael?
Yeah, no, I was offered it, but I was too old.
Too old?
Yeah, I know.
Who got your part? Halle Berry?
No.
Are there not any elderly headmasters in this film?
Basically, the price of oil has risen. And BA fares, what's been the knock-on effect?
Up more.
Up more.
Up more. Yeah.
£5 on the ticket.
It is indeed, £2.50 each way, which is about the cost of an EasyJet flight to Dubrovnik. At the moment. How come it's only BA?
They're the ones who've done it.
Yeah.
BA apparently claimed that their fares have gone up because our planes stay in the air for longer.
Is that certain?
Yeah, what did Ryanair say?
We get you there and we get you down.
Yeah.
Any ideas why the price of oil has risen?
A bit of a trouble in the east there.
In the Middle East.
I feel like I'm in a gentleman's club or something. I think
Chinese are using a lot of
the
it.
Chinese are indeed.
There are lots of them, and they're producing things and making money. And
And
that's
buying
sort of-
cars.
Buying cars.
And buying cars and lots of
Yes.
petrol.
Whiteware.
Whiteware.
Yeah.
Is that a magical term?
That's refrigerators and gas cookers.
Oh, sorry, that was white goods.
White goods.
Oh, white goods. Oh, what's whiteware?
Whiteware.
Underwear.
Sort of bridal stuff.
You mix the fridge up with your underpants.
Put your underpants in the fridge.
Exactly, and the ice cubes come out a funny shape as well.
Michael, I have a bizarre piece of trivia here. You own a lathe, don't you?
Yeah, I got 15 lathes.
For all your lathing needs.
Yeah.
Why,
I just knock around with them, you know.
Do you
Clean
do
them.
turning, then?
Yeah.
Ornamental turning?
Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
You see, something interesting.
By our usual standards, this is fascinating. This is good stuff. You have a weekend lathe.
Yeah, I got a special one.
Have you?
Yeah, Sundays. a skirt on it.
That's it.
And I put shoes on the feet, you know.
I believe him.
Is acting a lonely profession?
Tom Cruise collects lathes.
Yeah.
a little more than you?
He's got 28.
Any other environmental stories catch your eye during the week? With regard to shrimp, for example?
Oh, there was a story about kickboxing shrimp. in one of the tabloids.
Shrimp Weekly.
Shrimp Weekly.
It was, in fact, in The Sun, Invasion of Ninja Shrimps.
Why have they come here, then, the ninja shrimps?
What, coming over here?
Well, we're not ready for them. Our defences aren't up. They're 3 inches big, these giant ninja shrimp.
A shrimp's that long, isn't it, normally?
Yeah.
So 3 inches is much bigger.
Yeah. Have you ever played a shrimp?
Yeah.
What was it in? Godfather 2?
No, the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Oh, Will Shakespeare.
I played a shrimp.
Right.
It was very good.
Was that in Lear?
Yeah, in there, yeah. Towards the end.
Yeah. A lot of people leave the theatre before the end.
Yeah.
You never see it. Great shrimp.
It's a bit shrimp hat.
Yeah.
Things come out.
Is the ninja shrimp the only thing that survives in the Day After Tomorrow film? You know, crustaceans do ever so well, don't they?
It'd be a disappointing end, though, wouldn't it?
If
There's
only
just
shrimp.
shrimps are left. There's no dialogue or anything, just those
Not
shrimps.
really.
Yeah, but if it was a load of shrimp and then in the middle of it, Michael was there in a huge shrimp costume.
It was good in King Lear, so it'd be good in that one.
Always works. It always
Yeah,
works.
always, never fails.
Never
Shrimp.
fails. You can't go wrong with a shrimp costume.
Check off anything.
Yeah. Oh, we must go to Moscow. Never mind all that. Help me on with this shrimp costume.
Put the chip pan on.
Yes, this is the news that oil prices have risen to a 14-year... With hindsight, it's a good job Bush and Blair invaded Iraq for humanitarian reasons and not just to secure a cheap and plentiful supply of oil. How stupid would they look now? A spokesman from the Association of British Drivers warned Tony Blair should realise that 24 million voters have car keys, and not one of them is going to be happy if they end up with Cherie at a wife-swapping party. The Sun this week highlighted the arrival off the coast of Britain of a new type of kung fu shrimp. Marine biologist victim Robin James told The Sun, "It felt like having a heavy door slammed on my finger. I felt a sudden pain and looked down to see blood pouring out," adding, "Still, with a squeeze of lemon, that little bastard was delicious." This week we continue to round 2 with a Carol Vorderman-inspired tabloid conundrum quiz. We'll give you a conundrum, you tell us the story behind it. Fingers on the buzzers, please. Here's your first conundrum. Hold Paul and Michael in first.
Arses.
No. You see, in a conundrum round, Ian and Carol,
It's Sasa. The
Is it-
Sasa worm.
let's reveal the answer.
See?
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Turn.
Yes, I know. Actually, we stole it from another show. The headline is Sasa worm turns on world. What's the story about?
Well, it's some really irritating 18-year-old came up with a virus that got into my computer. I don't know if there were any wider ramifications, but it was bloody annoying in my house.
Yes, it infected 3 million computers, which in turn impacted upon Australian Railways, British Airways, Hong Kong hospitals, Taiwanese Post, and the British Coast Guard. And Ian. Who was responsible?
I don't know, but
Some
I mean...
18-year-olds.
Some 18-year-olds.
Some 18-year-olds
From
who did
where?
maths. Or
Austria.
It wasn't, it was Germany.
Do they have the death penalty there?
Sven Jurgens was his name. He's from the village of Waffensen near Hanover. What was his excuse?
There's no
Having
youth
fun.
club in our town, so I had nothing else to do.
It wasn't actually that. He was actually trying to drum up business for his mother's shop, PC Help. His mother owns a PC shop and he just afflicted 3 million computers in the hope that she'd be able to handle the queue. Which is fair enough. You get the points on that one. The Daily Telegraph described the young hacker as the most annoying teenager on the planet, which is no mean feat for a planet which contains busted. The worm has now been stopped, which is disappointing, as it was really looking forward to going into an apple. We'd like to thank the children of Year 5, St Winifred's Primary School in Halifax, for sending us that statue. OK, the next conundrum is...
Damn
Paul
cold.
and Michael?
Damn's cold.
Yeah.
Damn's cold. Yeah. You haven't rearranged the letters.
Somebody's already done that for us, I think.
Is it McDonald's?
Press the buzzer, stop the thing. Very
No,
good.
sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
let's find out. Yay, very good. And this is the headline. McDonald's fits skinny doors to keep out fatties. What's that news story about?
Well, it's a McDonald's definition of a fatty, so the door is about 10 foot wide.
Who were they asked to do this by?
The government, was it?
It actually knows.
Health and safety officers?
Not quite. It was the British Medical Association.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yes.
They're good people.
They should. They are.
They should mind their own business, shouldn't they?
The health front. What else did McDonald's introduce recently?
Salads.
Yes. They have. Any reason?
Cows eat grass, and it lures them into McDonald's. Get in the kitchen, voila.
And why are the salads being criticised?
Are they made of beef?
No, it's actually the amount of dressing they have, apparently.
Too much dressing, is it?
Yes. On a sadder note, the chief executive of McDonald's recently died of a heart attack. After his cremation, the ashes were placed in an urn marked, "Warning, contents may be hot." The next conundrum, please.
Scary
You're going to say scary more, aren't you? I'll give you a clue. It's 2 words.
Scary ball.
Scary boy.
Yeah, maybe it's backwards. E-road.
Scary boy.
Scary boy.
Scarred boy.
Scary boy.
It's neither scary bore or any other phonetic translation of scary bore. Do you have any guesses?
I don't get this game.
No.
Is it boys?
It is boys, yeah.
Boy racers.
Boy racers, yeah. So they're doing a character. The headline is, boy racers beaten by women drivers.
This is a bunch of statistics this week. 97% of all car accidents are caused by men.
Yes.
Men are more likely to drive when they're drunk, more likely to have crashes, more likely to speed, more likely to do all the things that you shouldn't do in a car. When I see somebody boy racing coming towards me, I think scary bore.
Why are women better drivers?
We don't drive as many
Is
miles.
it something to do with the brains working in a different way?
Well, according to Steve Stradling, Professor of Transport Psychology at Edinburgh's Napier University...
He would know.
Yeah, well, a key factor is that women get less fun out of risk-taking. Although some women do buck the trend, for example, Karen. I mean, this has got to be dangerous.
Where's the remote control?
Apparently, the one thing that the survey did say is that men are better at parking.
But if 90% of men are having car crashes, parking is really not really a problem, is it?
To be fair, you're a bit of a boy racer as well, aren't you?
I like to drive like cars, yeah. Fast drive. What do you want me to say?
No, because you're driving in Top Gear. This is the way you're driving.
You're off the...
true they named the corner after you.
Yeah, in the Gambon corner. Quite flattering, really, isn't it?
Yes, it's the latest statistics showing that men are generally worse drivers, except when it comes to parking. According to Home Office figures, on average, men drive 6,500 miles a year, whereas women drive 2,900. But that's only because women are prepared to stop and ask for directions. Which means at the end of that round, the scores are Paul and Michael, having not fully grasped the point of the conundrum game, have 4. Ian and Carol have 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
And now it's time for the odd one out round. Ian and Carol, you go first. Your 4 are Ranulph Fiennes, Peter Snow, Bob Honus, and Michael Gambon.
Well, we've got 2 sirs there. We have 2 Knights of the Realm. Sir Michael Gambon, I think he likes to be called, and Sir Ranulph Fiennes.
Is it not Sir Bob Holness?
It should be. Were they all in the army or some form of
Have
military?
they all done military service?
It has a very, very loose connection to military.
Is it something to do with expose a part of your body for Christmas?
Do you want to read the obvious bit?
Yeah.
My name's O'Brien. Dara O'Brien.
James Bond.
You got that, Ian?
I've no idea, I just wanted to do the buzzer.
This isn't a buzz around. It's not a buzz around.
It's not actually, no.
I buzzed in to tell you that.
They've all
Bob Holness played Bond on the radio, didn't he? No. He's the only one that's played Bond, and all the others have been asked.
Bond.
No, Peter Snow's never been asked to play Bond, has he?
Did he?
God's sake, what am I talking about?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that Bob Holness is the odd one out because he's the only one that's played a part in a James Bond film. Everyone else has been asked to play a part, but he was the only one that actually played the character James Bond.
Which is practically the right answer.
Oh, no.
All of them were considered for the part of Bond, apart from Bob Honus, who actually did finally get to play Bond in a South African radio version of Moonraker.
Ah, that's right.
When was Ranulph Fiennes considered for the part of Bond?
Ranulph Fiennes was considered after George Lazenby. Do you know how far he got in the auditions?
It was between him and Lulu.
That's when I went up to see them, after Lazenby.
Yeah.
Oh, no? Yeah, but was it before or after Ranulph Fiennes got turned down?
I don't know, I didn't see him that day. I laughed, I said I couldn't play James Bond, because I'm too fat. So they said they'd put ice bags on my tits. And they'd take them off just before the take, so you're nice and taunt.
Yeah. Taunt and blue.
Yeah.
You turned it down yourself?
No, I didn't offer it to me.
Really?
No, bloody cheap.
Ranulph Fiennes got to the last 6 in the auditions.
Did he? I bet he's lying.
I bet he was lying as well.
He wouldn't get
Well,
there.
apparently he claimed... do you know why they said he wasn't suitable?
Can't I?
Yeah.
We could play it now.
Oh, if he asks me, if he rings me up, I'll do it for him tomorrow.
I'm not sure if they're doing one tomorrow.
It's time for an older Bond, isn't it?
Yeah. They should think about it now, before I change my mind.
According to one biography, Michael Gambon had a small part in Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. Aye, it's just gossip. Yeah. Paul and Michael,
No,
you're...
I didn't get that.
Let's have a look at it again.
It must be a
okay?
conundrum.
Yeah. According to one biography, Michael Gambon had a small part in Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow.
I don't get it. I was in his Sleepy Hollow. I don't know what that means.
No.
How is it funny?
It's just funny, these things. Paul and Michael, your 4 are Carol Vorderman, Osama bin Laden, James Doohan, and Michael Gambon.
Bloody hell.
Have they all been offered the part of James Bond?
They have not. No.
We know this one. It's engineering.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not where they went, but what they did.
Scotty was an engineer.
Oh.
He worked mainly with dilithium crystals. Carol is an engineer, very famously.
Well, dodgy one.
Well, look, he's doing all
I
right
did
there.
engineering at university.
You've stuck those hands to your head pretty Osama read engineering. He's very keen on...
So Scotty's the odd one out.
And Michael read... Do you read engineering?
No, I'm a mechanic.
You're a mechanic,
I
but
didn't
it's
read
sort of...
anything, but it's
they're all
engineering,
that, except...
engineering. So the odd one out is...
It's Scotty, because he is an engineer but didn't read it.
That is the right answer. It is, of course, that they all trained as engineers, apart from James Doohan, who played Chief Engineer Scotty on the television series Star Trek. What's his most famous line, the one that's always attributed to him?
I can't change the laws of physics.
Let's go with one of them.
She cannot take any more captain.
That's another one, yeah.
Is he behind here?
He was recently in the news again. Do you know why?
He just had a child.
Yes, he had.
Oh, his father's child.
Yes, he has.
And that's the mother there, that's why it was news.
What age was he when he had the child?
82.
Yeah, he was 84, I think, when he had the child. And do you know what he said at the birth of his child?
I can't change the laws of physics.
She cannot take it anymore.
So what class of degree did Carol get?
Third.
You've gone into slang. If you get a third now, it's known as a Vorderman.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And,
Is it really?
Yeah. A tutu is known as a Desmond,
It is indeed.
after the Archbishop.
In which poll did Carol come second only to Nigella Lawson?
The North Pole.
He was the Radio Times thinking man's crumpet.
Oh,
I agree with that.
This is the other big engineering news this week with regard to ladies' undergarments.
Oh, the bra that stays up. The bra, it's glued on. It's glued on.
Oh, yeah, with a sort of gel.
Yes, the bikini that you just stick on the front. Stickini.
It's Stikini, it's called.
Stikini, yes.
This is it.
Oh!
Glued
Are they lost? Those two? They seem to be in an alleyway in bikini.
I wouldn't like to wear one of those. I think they'd be really uncomfortable.
I would like to wear one.
Would you?
Well, I've started now, can you see?
Where did Osama study his engineering?
I live Shepherd University.
Yeah.
We've got our fifth.
Yeah. Which is known as a Beethoven.
And of course, finally, Sir Michael Gambon. Where did you learn your trade?
I live Shepherd University. Got an 8th.
Hey.
You're famous as being a bit of a liar.
Oh, yeah.
Who did you tell you used to be a ballet dancer?
Oh, yeah, well, I don't, you know, I don't like being interviewed by reporters, and I always lie to them. And I told one I started off as a ballet dancer at the Royal Ballet. He didn't even blink, you know. He said, I said, well, I had to give it up. He said, why? I said, I fell off the stage into the timpani drum. And he just wrote it down.
Do you still carry a picture, a signed photograph from Robert De Niro?
Yeah. I've got, dear Mike, I love your work, love Bobby. Which I wrote on there.
Yes, the answer to it all is they all trained as engineers except James Doohan, who played Engineer Scotty in Star Trek. James Doohan is now 84 years old. I've effectively retired from acting, he said, on his first day on the Star Trek set. In an interview with her hometown newspaper, Carol Vorderman said, I was once given 6 of the best with a cane on my backside. And it only stopped when the producer shouted, Oi, Whiteley, put your tie on, we're on air in 5. And so to our final missing words round, featuring this week's guest publication, Screw Machine Words. You're on with The Day I Rambled Through What?
Madonna's Back Passage.
Back copies of Screw Machine World and thought, no, let's support Machine World.
Carol was closest with Madonna's Back Garden.
Oh, God.
Next, Air Hostess What on runway?
Air hostess trolley found on runway.
Left behind?
Screw.
No.
Screw. Screw Machine World.
Ran away.
I'll give you that. It indeed runs away.
Yeah.
Very good. This is a story according to the Daily Express about a red-faced air hostess, which makes a change from orange. Next, what says librarian who marries a terrorist?
His release is 3 weeks overdue. Says librarian who married a terrorist.
Is it? Shh.
No, the answer is I was a fool.
Wow.
Next, if an operator can run 5 screw machines at an average of £45 each, that means what?
5:45. 5:50.
Not so
25
fast,
quid.
Carl.
225 quid.
Is the correct answer, yes. Yeah.
That's right. Yes. There we are.
This is some Screw magazine
You're not
work.
giving him a round of applause for being able to do long multiplication.
Listen, I deserve that round of applause. That was an effort.
And finally, Queen amused by what?
Pushy Bishop.
Screw machine.
The answer is choo-choo train.
Oh, yes.
She's really happy. So the final scores are Paul and Michael, I'm afraid, have only 7 points, but the winners this week with 12 points, it's Ian and Carol. I'll leave you with news that in Iraq, British troops respond to government claims that their equipment is the most up-to-date available. A long day in Brussels ends with an unexpected rendition of Feelings. And police investigate the lightning theft of Gordon Brown's Savoy. Good night.